Hey guys, it's me, Minu Papa, and I'm going to explain about the 3x signals, how they work, why they work, and how to address some of the issues or the concerns you may have running these higher risk signals. I'm going to be explaining it everything from the perspective of a 3x all subscriber, but everything I'm talking about applies just as much to the BTC only subscribers. The first thing I need to say off the bat, is that these signals are only available for FTX.com, not .us. American residents, US residents, you cannot use these signals. So just saying that straight off the bat, this is only for people that have access to FTX.com. Even though the signals are available for bull and bear coins, doesn't mean you want both bull and bear coins in the same bot. So for that reason, I've made two different composite bots, one with all bull pairs, one with all bear pairs. I've done this on purpose because when we look at the market, Bitcoin has been very bullish since the 16th of October, especially if we're looking at the 3x long token. Bitcoin hasn't in reality moved up 2,500% over 83 days. But when we're looking at what this leverage token does, which means that when the price of Bitcoin moves up 5%, then the 3x token moves up 15%. Vice versa, if the price moves down 20%, then this is going to move down 60%. So you have to keep that in mind. You will have big bags with these tokens. Because the take profit is larger, it's just under 5%. That means in order to get that percentage, there is a lot more room for volatility, meaning that your safety orders, when they get filled, you may be panicking to see some of your deals go down to negative 30 or negative 40%. But the beautiful part about the leverage tokens is that you can never be liquidated. It can be frustrating to see the price fall down if a deal is started here and you have to wait a while for it to come back up to close. Sometimes you may have to wait 30 days for a deal to close. That's also a reason why the cooldown timer is there in the settings, which I'll show you in a second. But I need you to understand that these signals are great as long as you're following the sentiment of the market. So we've been in a bull market since October of 2020, and we will continue being in a bull market for the foreseeable future until Bitcoin reaches a top. When it does, then it would make more sense to run the bear pairs. So now I'll show you the inverse. This is going to be the exact opposite. Here we have back here in October, the price of these tokens has fallen significantly over the last 126 days, like 4 months. Even though there are periods where the bear tokens will do well and move up, the majority sentiment is bearish for the bear token. Now, it hasn't always been this way. If we go back in time here, August 2019, we were having some crazy volatility, and these bear tokens went up a lot, 242%. That's great. But ever since Bitcoin has started to be extremely bullish, that means it's a bad idea to run the bear tokens. If you want to run the bear tokens, there's a little trick you can do to open a set number of deals and then stop the bot. That way you can take some profits while you're waiting, reevaluate the market, and then you can decide if you want to turn it back on again. I'd like to show you that these signals are profitable. I realize that some of you are frustrated with how you're holding bags sometimes, and I get it. But trust me that I've been running these signals since they've started with my real account. So this is real account performance over the last 30 days. So the signals alone have generated $422 with the base settings that I share in the public Discord server where I have my P&L settings. You're going to see some signals with no data. What this means is that one of two things. One, no one's picked up this deal. So it will not have any data because no one's bot has ever opened it. Now, the chances of this happening are relatively slim, but it's true. It does happen. The other reason why some of these will say no data is because these deals have yet to close. Now, that may be a little bit weird because you can see there are deals here that have closed, but this one hasn't, even though these are all the same. These are 5 BSV Bear tokens in a row. So no data means it doesn't have any data yet, as in no one's bot has opened a deal yet, and or no one's bot has closed a deal in profit. These signals are all long signals. Yes, a long for a bear pair coming back here. If a signal is generated here, it's going to trigger a long deal for the bear token, expecting the price to move up higher. So even though the price is moving down for Bitcoin, that's why these are profitable even in a bear market, because the bear market or bearish conditions mean the market is falling, but these signals will eat up that negative price action. The flip side of that is that there is a good chance that the bull tokens, even if the market is bullish, it's still going to be generating signals. I have bull signals that are open now that started on the 22nd of February. I'm not panicking. I'm not worried necessarily. I'm just waiting. And that's part of this strategy. You need to just be relaxed and be patient and wait, because when the deals close, you end up closing with a lot of profits. Again, these are just 4 tokens for the 3x signals over the last 30 days. So it's easily paid the subscription of these signals. And I'll say that I'm a very, very busy guy. I have done very minimal interaction with these signals, bailing them out. You'll also notice that over the last 30 days, there are no bear token signal performance data. That's because I haven't been running my bear pairs, because to me, we're in a bull market. So now that I've said that, let me show you the bot templates that are provided over here. So let's first look at the bull pair. When you click on this bot template, you'll notice that there is no data at all. That's because this is just a bot template. I'm not sharing my own base order and safety order size to protect my account and also to protect my privacy. But this is here and you can copy it and use it. So let me show you what you got to do when you are applying this to your own account. Hit the copy button, and then we're going to hit the edit button. Don't worry about starting it right away. We're not going to do that because it depends on how much funds you are willing to use with these signals. So now that I've opened this up, 3Commas has automatically found an FTX.com exchange, which it can apply these signals and settings to. So you need the FTX.com account first. You need it connected via API to 3Commas before you can use these signals. After you've done that, then you can rename the bot. You can add or subtract. Actually, you can't add, but you can subtract any of these pairs. For instance, if you feel like Bitcoin Satoshi Vision will never ever be bullish again, you can remove it from the trading pairs there. You don't have to have all 5. You can be selective. And there's a reason for being selective based on what you expect and what you see in the market. For instance, EOS hasn't been terribly bullish, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. Again, this is another invitation for you to join the public Discord server and look at that profit and loss, look at the reports to see which signals have been closing, which signals have been profitable. The next thing to do is decide how many max active deals you want to have. I've deleted one, and now it's saying that I have to have the number be less than or equal to 8. Why? Well, I have 4 trading pairs here, and down below, I've set it to 2 simultaneous deals per same pair. So 4 times 2 equals 8. If I add back BSV, then it will get rid of that error. I can also reduce this even with having just 5 trading pairs and 2 max active deals. I can adjust this as much as I want. Keep an eye though on the max amount for bot usage. When I reduce this, it's going to reduce the required funds, but it's not going to necessarily change anything here. It's just saying you're only going to open up 4 deals at a time. The strategy is set to long. Profit currency must always be set for quote, whether that's the bull or the bear tokens. Don't ever take profit in the base currency. These tokens are not designed for long-term holding. They're designed for short-term trading. The next thing to figure out is what you want your base order size to be. And whatever it's going to be, whether it's $40 or it's $400, the safety order size must be 2 times the value of your base order size. Depending on how much of your funds you want to use and how much of your funds are available, you may get a warning. So you'll have to adjust things appropriately so that way you're not overextending your account. So right now it's saying that I need, with these settings, it's going to require $2,800, which I don't have available. So I'm going to have to reduce this so that way my max amount for bot usage is less than my balance. And I'll give you a tip. You want to make sure that the percentage of available balance to be used by the bot is under 70. You don't want to use 100% of your funds because if you have taken 15 minutes to financial freedom, one of my courses through the Better Traders, or Mastering Passive Income, you will understand the importance of keeping funds free to bail out quote unquote rogue deals or deals that use up both of their safety traits. The next thing to do is to decide if you want to enable trailing or not. Trailing could be as high as 0.5. If you're feeling very lucky, you can increase it to 1, but that's pushing it. In my opinion, you should always set your trailing deviation to 10% of your target profit. So I'm going to round up to 0.5% just because it's easier. There is no stop loss because this is a true DCA strategy. These settings should not be touched. Just leave those alone. And yes, I do encourage you and strongly advise you to not touch this. Leave the cooldown between deals set to 3,600 seconds, which equals 1 hour. Why? Because over here, you'll see that there is a cluster of deals. This is how my signal algorithm works, where it's going to trigger a deal, and then it's not uncommon for it to trigger another deal within the next hour. So you can see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4 signals for the same token within an hour. So to prevent this from happening, we use a cooldown. So that way when one deal closes, it's going to wait an hour to receive any more, or it's going to wait 1 hour for it to start any more deals for that same trading pair. If you're using a smaller account size, you can reduce this to 1 simultaneous deal per same pair. But keep in mind that if you have 5 tokens, trading pairs there, you can't enter a number more than 5 because you have 1 simultaneous deal per same pair and you have 5 available trading pairs. So 5 is the max that you can do. So if you want to increase that, you can increase the simultaneous deals to 2. I would not advise increasing it to 3. That wouldn't be a good use of your funds in my experience. So you can work off of that. So what this means is that out of these 5, I will be able to open up 2 of each max at a time. So that will allow for 10 total deals. And based on my safety and order size, those 10 deals will use up $1,750 of my available funds. Once you're happy with your settings, click Create Bot, and you can start it right away. Do not be surprised if by starting the bot right away, it does not generate a deal. It takes time for the signals to be created and launched. Basically, the algorithm in the background is waiting for the right conditions to launch a signal. Be patient. Sometimes it can take several hours for it to start a deal. Don't be in a rush to open up all of your max available deals. That is not a good idea. I'm not going to start it right now. I'm going to click Close. And now I have this bot that I've created and I can see all the settings. And as it starts to generate profits, I'll see information here in last events. I'm going to show you my real 3x All Bull account right now. It's generated almost $2,000 in profits since it's been running. These are the settings that I've been using. And I want to show you that right now I have 4 open bull deals that are all over 30% in the red. The one that's in the biggest red right now is down 60%. This may seem like it's a bad thing, but as long as you know how to trade with DCA bots, this can be an opportunity to make even more. And I'll explain why. The way that the DCA bots work on 3 is when your bot places the initial buy order, which happened up here at 11:57, it has 2 safety trades automatically placed on the exchange's order books. The purpose of these orders is for the price to be eaten up. You want it to use up the safety trades because you are going to get more profits out of that trade. And every time we have a safety trade used up, it's going to average down our buy price. So now instead of my initial buy price at 11.57, now my average buy price is 9.72. We're a far cry from that price, but you'd be surprised at how quick things can change. Market volatility and 3x signals go hand in hand. Now here's the thing. If you are in this position where the price has fallen down very far, and you're not sure what to do next, the best thing to do is to zoom out to get some perspective. Find out where the chart has fallen down to before, what is customary or normal for price action, and then you can place a manual safety trade. For instance, where the price is right now looks to be a good place to layer a manual safety trade. By doing this, and when that safety trade is filled, it's going to average down my buy price. Let's do that now. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to copy the amount of USD that's here. Now I need to keep this number in mind. And again, I'm selecting this price on purpose because I've looked at the chart, I've thought about where would be a good place to layer a manual safety trade. And because I know it's at this price of $3.96, I need to keep that in mind because this is where I want the bot to buy more BCH Bull. I'm going to hit the Add Funds button. In the volume, I'm going to enter in the same amount that is available here in my total volume used for this deal. In price, I'm going to choose limit order, and I'm going to choose the current price, which is $3.96. Then I'm going to hit save to confirm my order. Now that my order has been placed, it shows that it is waiting to be filled right now. As soon as there is some movement in the price, then it's going to fill this order. Sometimes you may have to refresh it in order for this to take effect. If you do want to cancel one of your active manual safety trades, you can click the ID button to open up a new tab, and you can see all of your bot's history, all of the buy events, including your ones that haven't been filled yet. If you're having second thoughts, hit cancel. Now you can see here that the manual safety trade is active, meaning it has not yet been filled. Once it is filled, then we're going to see the average buy price drop dramatically, meaning that by having this considerably lower, it means that the price has to move only a little bit higher compared to where it is right now to close the bot in profit. While I'm waiting for that deal to close, I'm going to show you my personal 3x All Bull bot that's been running for a long time. It's generated close to $2,000, which is fantastic. But you'll notice that some days there's just nothing going on. I'm not necessarily worried. Some days there are big paydays after a lot of waiting, and other days it's really small. But the whole point is that there are slow, steady, continual profits, so that way it's a profitable strategy and a profitable bot. Down here in the stats, you'll see things like how many completed deals you've had, how many active deals you have available and in progress right now or open. And you can also see the active deals reserve, how much of your funds is tied up. So out of the profits that I have, $651 is live right now. So I'm not going to worry about it because this has happened many times before and it'll happen many times again. You may see some maybe it looks like an error to you here in the last events, but all of this right here is normal. This is telling you that the signal for a new deal was received, but its processing was interrupted, meaning that my bot has maxed out its active deals. Therefore, this is telling me that it did receive a signal to start a new deal, but because I'm maxed out, it's not going to start a new deal. This has been happening for a while because I'm waiting for all of my active deals right now to close. And again, not necessarily concerned or freaked out. I have a plan, I have patience, so then I wait. Because this deal is taking a while to fill, I'm going to go ahead and just place a market order, which will fill it right away, and it's going to average down my entry. Note that it says negative 59%, and after this is finished and it buys the BCH Bull tokens that I need, it's going to reduce that now in half. So now I only have to have the price of BCH to move up 30%, or just 10% on the spot market, which is completely possible in order for it to close the deal. Now, I don't recommend using that method, but I'm just doing that right now to give you guys an idea of how this works. Remember how high this was before? This was up at the 792 range or something. Now the price only has to move up 50% in order for it to close at just under $6, which is a great place to take profit. If for some reason you want to edit your order, it's totally fine to do that. Maybe I don't want to use trailing on this order. Maybe I want to take profit at a higher percentage. You can change all of this here. You can even decide to convert this to a smart trade, which will allow you to split your targets, which will allow you to use trailing on the last target. You can do a lot more with it. You have more granular control over the deal. The performance for the bear signals, while they look good right now, you need to be careful because you want to make sure that you are turning the bear signals on at the right time. Again, we are in a globally bullish market at the time of filming this video, which is February 25th, 2021. This will not always be the case. So be careful. Expect volatility, and these bots are going to eat it up, and you're going to make profits so long as you stick to the plan. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me via email. And until next time, stay awesome and stay in the green.